how you want to face them. You might get answers, realizations in your deep silence. You can meditate on your self-judgment, your tendency to self-judge, to self-criticize, to judge others. So you can work on all the chakras simultaneously. It's not they are not exclusive. Okay, you can do it together simultaneously, and it's a work in progress. Okay, it's work in progress. There's always unknown fears that you might realize, you have a new fear which was unknown to you before, or some illusions which you were not aware of. Okay, so it's work in progress and simultaneous. Okay, so the last one, crown chakra, Sahasrara. Okay, so it's represented by the 1,000-petal lotus. Okay, usually it's represented by this, because each petal represents a knowing. Okay, you know. This chakra is about knowing. What do you know? Pradeep always says, what do you know? What do you know about yourself? What do you know about life? Okay, so this chakra deals with the universal identity, not just knowing yourself at the body level, at the mind level, but knowing yourself as soul consciousness. Okay, so it's about awareness, having that awareness. So when you start questioning, who am I? What am I? What's my soul purpose? You're actually working on this chakra. You want to expand your consciousness. And this chakra starts developing anytime in adulthood. Some people don't work on this chakra at all. They vacate the body, they pass away, never having understood who they were, never having that knowing. Okay, they were more into the physical reality, working, eating, sleeping, working, eating, sleeping. Okay, so that's more physical reality. So we are now in the spiritual plane. Okay, so what affects this chakra? Attachment. What is attachment?
Materialistic things.
Yeah, you can't let go. You're identified with something. Okay, your identity is inside that. So you can be an attachment to your family. You identify yourself as a brother, a father, a son. Okay, you identify yourself as somebody's sister, daughter, daughter-in-law, wife. Okay, that's attachment. So you identify. What do you identify with? Okay, your job. You can identify yourself with your profession, your religion, anything that you overly identify yourself with, and you have difficulty letting it go. Okay, so then the opposite, the energy would be letting it go. Okay, to let go means to surrender. To let go of that identity, that attachment. You're no longer having vested interest in it. So in childhood, okay, because this chakra is about knowing, okay, so knowing means the ability to receive information. So in childhood, there could be some instances where you were not given information, okay. So children, they are naturally curious. They ask questions. Where did I come from? If somebody in the family passed away, they ask, where did this person go? Where did grandma go? Where did grandpa go? I don't see him anymore. Where is heaven? Where is hell? They might ask questions, life questions. So if you tell a child, if you withhold information or you invalidate their beliefs, that means you scold them for being curious, okay? You shame them for being curious. You say, don't ask such questions. You don't need to know. Why you ask such questions? Keep quiet. Some parents, or they shut the child down. They give them wrong information. Okay, heaven is up there. Where? Exactly where. So then, if a child doesn't receive information the proper way, they make up the information. Sometimes children form their own stories. Or if you ask them, where is heaven? Where is hell? Oh, it's like this dark hole in the sky. They make up the story. So it inhibits the child's curiosity. They stop being curious if they are scolded for being curious. They don't receive the information, or they make things up. Okay, the other one is spiritual abuse. So most people are born into some sort of a religion. But most of these religions are very structured, and they're not always age appropriate. Children are not always introduced. They sort of just go along with what the family is doing, and sometimes they question, and they get scolded for questioning, and sometimes they don't understand and they just go along. Like a child is told to sit down and chant a mantra, okay, chant a mantra for 20 minutes. They don't understand the words, they don't know why they are doing it, and it's usually are forced to do it. And there's a kind of authoritarianism. It's like fear is induced. Okay, if you don't do this, God will not bless you, God will not be happy with you, you are committing a sin, like fear is induced into them if they don't practice or they do something that's against what is the belief system in the family. So all these things, it's a kind of abuse. They close, it shuts down that chakra. Okay, basically this chakra is about collecting, gaining wisdom. Okay, so a child is very curious. You need curiosity, right? If I'm not curious, then I don't care. Like what? So the curiosity drives you to experiment. Why would you experiment? Because you're curious. You want to know what's the outcome. Why would you read certain books or go and find out about galaxies, life, other planets, alien beings? Because inside you there's a curiosity, there's a curiousness. You want to know. Okay, so all these are examples where the child's curiosity is shut down. Okay, they're forced to have very rigid views about life, and it shuts down their natural curiosity. So then this chakra becomes deficient, it means very little energy area. Okay, so all of you in this room, you don't fall in this category. You are not in deficient, because a person in deficient wouldn't come and attend this chakra workshop. Okay, so people in deficient are usually, they're not open to any new information. They think they know everything. Maybe they were introduced to some practices and they feel that, okay, my practice or whatever it is, I know, they're not open. So the belief system is very very rigid. They need to be right. They sort of have the last say. If you speak anything that's not validated in science. So usually their lower chakras are excessive. So they are grounded in reality, excess in the lower chakras. So what I see is what I believe. What the statistics show, what the science proves, what's the evidence out there is what I believe. If it's not in black and white, I'm not going to believe it. Okay, so these are people that are more into the physical reality, actually very much into the physical reality, and anything that's outside of science, outside of the material world, they usually reject it. Okay, there's a possibility we can go into excess. Okay, excess means this the intellect is in overdrive. Okay, there are people out there who go and attend many workshops. Okay, they listen to many gurus, they read a lot of books, they know theoretically everything about all the spiritual laws, everything about the universe, the galaxies. So they're chasing information. It's like a garbage collector collecting garbage, but they're going out there collecting information, and they're depositing it now. You see, this guy was happy, and then somehow after a while they kind of get confused, because there's all this information in their hard drive, their storage having all this information, but it's not grounded in reality. See, I can read many books, I can have all this second-hand information, but if I don't experiment, if I don't live it, it doesn't get grounded into my reality, my truth. Okay, so if I experiment with something, it becomes my experience. When it becomes my experience, it becomes my truth. Okay, and then the distilled wisdom of that, the distilled truth, I can share that. It becomes my wisdom. So usually an excess here again is people who are escaping from life, escaping from philosophies. They create their own philosophies, and usually very confused people, because gaining information makes it just develops your intellect. It doesn't mean you have wisdom. Okay, so someone who's balanced, they are able to have awareness, they observe. Okay, if you receive information, you can just receive, you don't have to accept it. Okay, I don't need to accept the information, I don't need to reject it. I can just witness it, and then if If I'm curious, I can go and experiment or can read more about it. You know, I can tune into myself. Okay, and then belief systems. Okay, because this chakra is about attachment. If I don't change, can I let go of my attachments? Okay, to let go of something, to surrender, I need to change my perspective, right? I need to have a